Okay, friends, we are back. We are here with Miss Jacquelyn. You are on Instagram at The Pursuit of Happiness, and I cannot get enough. I've been watching all of your videos lately. So much, you do a lot. You do so much more than speak about meditation, but that is just standing out so much to me right now. I would love if you want to just give a little overview of what you do, what you're up to, how you got into this world of, personal development, all of that, and then we'll dive on in.
Yes. Well, first of all, so grateful for you, Audrey, for having me here. I am beyond grateful. I love podcasts. And for a while there last year, I was getting on a whole bunch of stages, like in person, which is awesome. But I miss my podcast. So I feel like you brought me back, and this is such a great place to be. So, hello, everyone. My name is Jacquelyn Vasquez, Coach Jackie, if you will. I am a money mindset coach, but more specifically, I am the manifestation experience. The reason for that is just 5 minutes with me will have you knowing that you can manifest a life, manifest the business of your dreams. I am an NLP practitioner, which is a neuro linguistic practitioner, an EFT practitioner, which is an emotional freedom technique practitioner, and I am a hypnosis practitioner. So I'm all things change your mind, change your life, and I am very, very passionate about it. And you were saying what brought me here to this. My obsession with meditation goes beyond just what I'm learning. I'm what I've learned, it's going beyond more to what I'm learning. So I'm still learning so much about it. Like every day I feel like I learn something new. And it all goes back to the brain, the subconscious mind. It goes back to you as a whole person. And so I'm connecting all the dots. That's what I like to say. I'm connecting all the dots as I bring quantum physics and spirituality into manifestation.
Oh my gosh. I'm even more pumped than I was. Just hearing you say all of this is just so much fun. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, where do you want to dive in first? Because when we're talking about manifestation and abundance, and I'm assuming that we're clearing those blocks so that we can, bring in that energy, bring in that feeling.
Yes, yes. I mean, the very first place that you start is understanding how this all works.
Mm.
And that's why I'm so passionate about it, because it's about us understanding the way your thoughts, they're the language of the brain. I heard Joe Dispenza say that your thoughts are the language of the brain. Your feelings, your emotions are the language of the body.
Mm.
So when you begin to understand that the more that I'm thinking a thought that's bringing about a feeling, that feeling is resting in my body. And the more that that feeling is hanging out in my body and I continue to run the thought, my
Yeah.
body is going through the thing over and over again as if I'm reliving it every day. Now, the way our brain works is we think about 6,000 thoughts a day. 95% of those thoughts are on repeat. 95. And when you think about it, you're like, oh my God, so what does that mean for me? That means that it's the same thought, same situation, same thought, same behavior, same thought, same
Mm.
environment. And so, where do we begin? We begin by silencing the thought,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Right? Like we have to shut it down. We have to
Yeah.
say, no thought, no more. And the
Yeah.
way I like to explain it is think of the thought like a robber coming in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Okay. Now, your abundant thoughts, those are your riches. This is
Uh-huh.
where your riches are, right? But your negative thoughts are the thieves in the night, robbing,
Mhm.
stealing, lying, and taking from you the more that you think them, right? So these thieves in the night are peeking in. I want you to be the observer and have the flashlight and say, caught you. I
Uh-huh.
caught you.
Oh,
I caught you. Right? The
so
thieves.
good.
Imagine your brain like your house. You don't want
Yeah.
to let these thieves in your house
Mhm.
because all they're doing is stealing up out your house. I don't mean to put it like this, but imagine that one family member that's a drug addict. You ain't gonna
Yes.
let them in your house. You gonna stop? I caught you. I caught you at the door. You better. Hey. Scoot on up out of here. We want to do the same with the negative thoughts, especially the ones
Gotcha.
that are on repeat, especially the ones
Yeah.
that tell you you're not good enough, that you're not deserving, that you're not worthy, you know?
Mhm.
And they creep in because that's what somebody told you in the past. Maybe it's something
Mhm.
you did in the past that makes you feel like that thought is real, but it's not. It's no longer your current reality. You just keep making it one.
So true. So true. Repeating
So,
all of those thoughts.
yes.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not good enough. Nobody likes
Honestly.
me. I'm not popular. You know, sorry, those are some
Yeah.
of mine. You know what I'm
Girl,
saying?
I feel it. Yeah. I totally hear those. And it's what's interesting is like I've been doing a lot of like rewiring, like rewriting that. It doesn't sinks in. I think it's really good work, but I think that pairing it with more mindfulness activities or
Exactly.
clearing the thoughts, right? Some more meditation. And I'm assuming, right? Like that's why meditation is probably one of your go-tos. I mean, I would love to elaborate on that, but yeah.
Absolutely. And so this is where it is. You're observing the thought. You're shining a light on it. Now I need to silence her, right? And
Mm,
really for me, I like to say it like this because you're saying like I'm doing all the work, but why is this not working?
mm,
There's a forgiveness thing that has to happen
mm,
when we release. I mean, the reason I like to even talk about forgiveness is because when we forgive, it's not for other people, we're forgiving for ourselves. And you think it's because you're forgiving so you can feel no, you're forgiving. Well, yeah, so you can feel better, ultimately, but you're
mhm,
forgiving so you can release the thought and let it go.
mm.
Right? Have you ever thought about a situation that you went through and at the time, because I had a friend that was just going through this, she went through a situation and at the time it was so terrible. But now when she thinks back on it, she's like, I don't even remember what that was all about
Yeah.
because you've gotten over it, right?
Yeah.
So start with the forgiveness and take a look at it. Like even when it comes to money, sometimes with my forgiving, I'm thinking it's about the money. I'm thinking it's about my
Mm.
experience with money, but it actually ended up being something so much deeper along the lines of my
Mm.
belonging, my sense of belonging,
Okay.
right? So I started to forgive all the people that didn't make me feel like I belonged.
Wow.
And now that I've forgiven, I can go into this place of silence.
Mm.
Because otherwise, even when I'm meditating, that thought's gonna still be running around. I like to say like a butt naked baby that you're trying to potty train. The little, I don't know if you're a mom, Audrey, but it's like
So
when
good.
you're trying to potty train a child and you take that diaper off of them, they think it is so funny and they go,
Gosh.
boom, and they take off running. They're like, oh my God, that's kind of what it's like in my head when I'm trying to meditate. That thought is like ping
Yeah.
ponging off the side of my brain, and I can't
Yeah.
seem to shut it off and just relax, right? So for me, it starts with, okay, let me let this go. I got to let it go. And I let it go. And then when I come to meditate, I'm understanding that in this moment, in this now moment, I'm allowing myself and my body a chance to just be still. And so what that does for your body, the release of the dopamine, the serotonin, like everything that makes you feel good, the happy chemicals in your brain start to fire. Because it's almost as if, like I said, that thief in the night, right? You
Yeah.
get the thief out your house. Now the thief is gone. Now your house feels cleansed. It's as
Yeah.
almost as meditation is the Palo Santo. Like you're walking
Yes.
around the house, cleansing the house, because now you're allowing your brain to just rest. And it's like, yes, I am powerful. Like it starts to feel good again. And that silencing, even sometimes if you're uttering just two words, I'll utter thank you, especially when my mind is at its noisiest. I'll just say thank you. Thank you. And I'm just holding this gratitude just to keep grounding myself back into the moment. And before the thank you becomes so subconscious, you don't even know you're saying it anymore and you're just in this moment and you're
So good.
holding gratitude. Somebody even said that recently to me. Like, I noticed you say holding gratitude instead of just having it. Yeah, because when you hold it, that's a feeling now. And
I
now
love
that
that.
gratitude feeling is emanating through your body, just like when you drink something hot and warm on a cold day, you feel it go down, baby, right? Like all through your cells.
I can't with your energy. I just adore you. This is so good.
like this all the time. And it's
Okay.
funny, my aunt and I were just talking about this because she asked me, like, well, how do when people say let go and let God, like, how do you do that?
Yeah, how do you do it? I know.
Practicing it. Practicing it, practicing the faith. I was telling her, just being in the moment and knowing God got me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm chilling. And
Yeah.
just really trying to relax. And then once you know that, go meditate.
Mm,
So you can really, and even if you want to meditate and see God taking it away from you, imagine what that does to your body. Imagine how your brain doesn't know the difference between the reality and the fake. It don't know.
sure. Yeah.
Because
Yep.
all your body is experiencing is the feelings. That's why when you
Yeah.
wake up in the night after having a bad dream, you felt that.
So true. So freaking true. Yeah. Oh my
Don't let me
gosh.
be chased at night. I'm waking up sweating, breathing hard. My
Yeah.
body doesn't know the difference. My mind doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
We operate from a subconscious level. Whatever seeps into the subconscious mind, that's how your body's showing up and operating. So for me, I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna feed this little sucker as much positive energy as I can give
Yeah.
her. Like right now, I'm on a TV fast. I'm fasting from TV.
Nice. Oh my gosh. Nice.
It's been 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
The information I've received. That's why I told you I'm still learning because I'm
Yeah.
still like, well, give me more. Hey, what else you got for me? I'm going to learn, honey, so I can seep it in and sop it up and, like a good biscuit, just
Yeah.
sop it up and just keep, moving forward, feeling good.
Uh-huh.
But I'm intentionally feeling my brain with the things that feel good.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? It's intentional. I can't stop intentionally showing up for me because it is imperative to know that as I am thinking, I am being.
Mm-hmm.
As I am thinking, I am becoming.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm like, you just got me thinking about so many things. Like for me personally, there's like a bit of a family situation going on and drama and all of that. And it's like totally just on my mind 24/7. It is inside there, right? And it's so hard to let it go. And that's how I feel right now. It's like it's almost like if I let it go, I feel like I lost. I feel like, oh, then I let them win, right? Or unless I think about it and I prove it and whatever. But it's like at the same time, carrying that negative energy, which it really is, it's all this negative energy inside. And it's like, you can't, like, that is absolutely blocking from the abundance, from
Yes.
even the creativity, just all of that.
Exactly.
And so, hearing you say this, it's like, okay, you got to just let go, like give it to God, universe, whatever you believe in, just let it out and then sit down, meditate, bring back that power, bring back that positivity. Like hearing you say that just feels so good.
Yes. And even the letting it go. I saw something recently, and I actually do this, and I'm a firm believer in this. Letting it go can look like everything is working out for my higher good and my greatest good.
Mm,
Everything. The contrast included, the stuff that doesn't make me feel good. Everything is working
mhm.
out for my highest good and greatest intention, greatest everything. Everything is going to be freaking awesome because it's all working out for my higher good. So whatever is going on right now, it makes you be like, you know what? Thank you for this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take it. I'm gonna take it because whatever this is meant to have and bring me to be and become,
Mhm.
I'm gonna take it. It's when we hold on to these thoughts, like you said, because I've done that. I was
Yeah.
telling the story just recently on my live, girl. I did something last year where I was a little aggressive at the holiday party, and it was a bit much for even for me. And I was so embarrassed by how I behaved. I thought about it for months.
Oh, man.
I mean,
Yep.
that
And we've been there. Yep.
it's who I became,
Yeah.
right? And so, yep. Yes. Thank you. So sorry. My son has
Yep.
to get my this is real life,
You're
people. This
fine.
is real
Yep.
life.
Right.
I was like, I'm on a podcast, son. I need you to
All
go
good.
meet your sister. But at the reality of it is I held on to it. And so that thought became a feeling. That feeling
Yeah.
became who I was becoming.
Yes.
I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, they got the real deal Holyfield. They saw my claws come out. They saw the angry me on that day. And it made me now, instead of getting mad, again, that brings us back to the faithfulness. I got to trust God that everything is
Mhm.
working out for my higher good and my
Mhm.
greatest favor. I got to trust the universe got my back. I mean, I'm just, you know what? I got a team. Like I like to say, we got
Yeah.
gang with us. They here.
I love that.
But especially when you meditate, I have
Yeah.
now, as a business owner, I know that there's so many things that I have to do, and I found
Yeah.
myself making these long lists and not checking off a lot of the things, right? Like,
Yep.
what am I doing? And I don't know if it's
Totally.
just me, it could be motherhood, it could be whatever. I just wasn't
Yeah.
checking nothing off. And so I want to say this because God keeps kind of putting it on my heart. So maybe somebody needs
Yeah.
to hear this. But I've officially started making a agenda for my day. Instead
Mm.
of like, okay, here's my whole to-do list. I'll make an agenda and I give myself a certain amount of time. Now, the reason this is actually it's a time saving hack. What I'm about to give you, and I learned this from this wonderful, amazing mentor of mine. But this is a time saving hack because your brain is at its maximum capacity for 90. So when you first wake up in the morning, your brain's like, let's get at it. I don't know if you ever feel like that. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm ready to go. What can I get done? Brain is ready. She's on fire. She's ready to just do the day. Then after that, what ends up happening is you need a break. You got
Yeah.
to get away from the day. You got to get away from the computer. You got to get away from it all. You got to get away. You need a break. So you take the break. Then after you take the break, guess what? Your brain is ready again. She is like, I got another 90 minutes in
Mhm.
me, right? But you got to get away from the computer. You got to get away from your phone. You got to
Yeah.
put everything down. And one of the best things to do, I'm not going to say meditate for 30 minutes because you may not have 30 minutes, but
Mhm.
give yourself a 5-minute break. I like to call them 5-minute quickies.
Yes.
Who doesn't love a quickie? 5 minutes. Let's get in and get out. And so, but it's even if it's just sitting outside
Mm.
in nature, listening to the birds.
Yeah.
You could be in New York. Sit there, open your window, and listen to the honking of the taxis. Rather than thinking of it as an annoying thing,
Yeah.
focus on the honking of the taxis. Close your eyes. All of a sudden, those taxis, it's gonna start to sound like a song. It's gonna sound like everybody got their own little beat.
So
You know
good.
what
So
I'm saying?
good.
But like when you do that and you take a moment and you just get away and you just
Yeah.
let it just for just a moment. You see, I keep doing that because I love it so much.
Yeah.
I'll go outside. I'm in California, so everyone else is not as warm for other folks. I'll go outside and I'll sit and listen to the birds. But it's been cold recently. So
Mhm.
instead of sitting and listening to the birds, we in our garage, we have this big old refrigerator and it makes a lot of noise. Oh. So I was like, I'm gonna sit here and listen to the
Yeah.
and I'm just going to focus on my breath.
Uh-huh.
And I tell myself, breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. You may start off with just talking to yourself a lot, but eventually it becomes you're no longer saying anything. You're just breathing in and you're exhaling and you're listening to the refrigerator or the taxis or the birds, and you're just listening and you're letting your mind just rest.
Mhm.
It's going all the time. Sometimes it doesn't want to think a thing. I mean, imagine running your body parts like that every day. Like I was thinking the other day, I was on the Peloton and my legs, I haven't been on it in a while. So of course I noticed that my legs don't stop
Right.
moving. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like, they don't stop moving.
Uh-huh.
They gonna move for the next 30 minutes. Like, oh my God. My legs were like, girl, if you don't stop. She was mad. I was
Uh-huh.
mad. It was a whole thing. But the reality of it is your brain is thinking the same thing. Girl,
Yeah.
can you put me down, please? I'm ready to take
So good.
and sometimes we don't even let it rest until we burnt out and on the floor or in
100%.
somebody's hospital bed.
Yep.
And then we're like,
Mhm.
okay, fine, you can rest, girl. Fine.
Yep.
And then the whole time you feeling guilty about resting, even in those moments.
Exactly. I want to chat about that because in that same reel that I was mentioning, I'll link this reel below. you talk about this stuff so often, so it's not like this reel is like the one, like, but
I was
you
gonna
still,
ask you, which one you talking
I,
about,
I
girl?
don't know. You know what? I sent it to you in our DMs between us because I
I'll
literally
check it
sent
out.
it to you and I was like, I need you to talk about this. But but it's like the meditation. But you mentioned in there like the dis-ease, and I like that is huge. Like, let's chat about that for a minute.
So dis-ease in your mind. So what
Mhm.
we're talking about here is the fact that of the mind body connection,
Yeah.
right? So many of us think that our body is just doing what it does. But if you feel
Mhm.
anything going on in your body, whether it's in your belly, in your leg, it could be in your baby pinky toe. You know what I mean? If you're feeling anything going on in your body, there's an associated thought and feeling that is creating this pain in your body.
Mm.
And I think so many of us, like, I have friends who know all the breakdowns. Like, one of my friends says when your kidneys are in pain, it's associated with money.
Yeah, I've seen that kind of breakdown.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. I'm still, again, we're learning. We're
Yeah.
learning. We
Yeah.
getting in this insight, right? But what I do know is the way your brain is communicating with your body is, I mean, if you've ever looked at those charts, like, and this is what's so funny to me, like, Jackie, you really want to bring in a science piece to manifestation? Like, you hated science growing up. I did. I did. It wasn't my thing, you know? But, like, really, I remember, like, the charts. And when you look at the charts of the body, there's all these, like,
Yeah.
things flowing from the top to the bottom
Totally.
to the top to the bottom. And so when you really start to begin to think about it, when you have dis-ease in your mind,
Mhm. Mhm.
it's communicating disease in your body. Quick, fast, hurry. They say a healthy brain is a happy brain. Now, what are we even really talking about? Like, that's, I learned that, and I got my degree in psychology and graduated with all the cum laudes,
Yeah, there you go.
cum laudes. But so I was really into psychology. And in
Yeah.
the very beginning, one of the things I remember that stood out to most to me is a happy brain is a healthy brain.
Mhm.
So when you have all that negativity, what I say, it's running rampant in your brain. That negativity is what we say, all the things are swirling, right? That negativity is swirling to other parts of your body.
Mm.
So you may be thinking, and I love it when people say this, but Jackie, I'm just keeping it real. Well, your
Mhm.
real thoughts are causing you real pain. Okay. So at what point do you change the way that you're thinking so you can change the way that your body actually feels? Because it goes back to my original comment. Your thoughts are the language of the brain, your emotions are the language of the body.
Mhm.
So the more that you change your thoughts, the more that these pent up emotions can leave your body. Now your back no longer hurts.
Yes.
You're like, why did my disc A move? Now I got to get back surgery because the disc of the A to the B didn't move. It didn't move on its own. It moved because the muscles in your body are holding on to your
Mhm.
emotions,
Mhm.
especially in your spine, your central nervous system.
So good. Yep.
So what are we doing? We have to change the way we think, change the way we feel so we can change our reality. And you're never too old to change. The people, I'm 70 some years old, I can't change. I said, baby, you can change in a minute.
Yes. It's
In a
just
minute.
having those tools. Yeah. Have those tools. And so good. So I'm sensing meditation is the go-to for you. I know you have so many other, things that you practice and that you're trained in, the NLP, the hypnosis, all of that, EFT, but meditation is that core.
Meditation is at my core.
Mhm.
You may be thinking that you're talking to a very calm person who probably meditates like a G. You may think that I'm out here running around here behaving like some of the best monks in the world and meditating.
Yes.
I just want to let y'all know my brain moves like this. Yes, I got that ADHD mind. Squirrel, it's fast, right?
Yeah.
So, what I'm telling you is things that I know work for us. People like
Mhm. Yeah.
people who can't calm the mind down, people who feel like they can't because you can,
Mhm.
but people who feel like their day is so busy, they're so
Mhm.
overwhelmed, there's so much going on. It's just like anything that we practice, we got to just actually practice it. And I love meditation for more than just that. I listen to meditation at night while I'm asleep.
How cool. Like a guided type.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the reason for that is, even though your conscious mind is sleeping, your subconscious mind is wide awake. She's listening. She
Yeah.
wants to hear. She wants to be guided. And a lot of the times we are unintentionally allowing our subconscious mind to be guided by the outside world
Mhm.
with everything that we listen to, everything that we're listening to on the news, the TV. We are allowing the outside world to guide the way that we think, which ends up guiding the way that we behave. I want to have a different life, so I got to do something different.
Yeah.
So guided meditation at night is my way of programming the mind to say, we're going to do it like this. Don't let me listen. I love the money ones.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Oh, that's where I'm at. I'm ready. Like the money blocks are so real right now, and I'm like, it's time. It's so time.
It's time for
Huh?
you. And just
Yeah.
know that even when you're clearing the money blocks, this is a forever situation. Like, you're
Yeah.
not going to just clear today and be like, "Well, girl,
Yeah.
I'm done." No, you are constantly looking into the same thing over and over again and say,
Yeah.
"Ooh, that was funky. Okay, let's take a look at that. Why am I feeling this way? Who made me feel like this? Was it me? Was it somebody from the
Mm.
past? Okay, maybe it was me." Right?
Yeah.
I did a forgiveness list recently. I do this every so often. I feel like I'm going to start picking it up monthly. But I did a forgiveness list recently, and I had put myself down there like 3 or 4 times.
Wow, nice. Yeah. And see, that comes with that awareness.
Mhm.
Really.
Mhm.
Yeah. See,
Mhm.
it's doing the work and it's coming back to the work as often as possible. Like it almost sounds like sad at first to say, we got to keep doing it. We got to keep showing up and keep doing the work. But once you get into it and you're doing it, it feels so good. It's not like a bad thing.
Yes, I like to say it's like working out because 'cause you're working
Yeah.
out the brain.
Yep.
So, if I'm gonna go work out at the gym, like I told y'all, I just got back on the bike. I've been off the bike for months, and if y'all know me, I used to be a every 4 or 5 day a week Peloton working out.
Nice. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So, haven't done it in months. I'm feeling
Mhm.
it in my body, like, I'm
Yeah.
feeling it, right? And so, I finally decided to get back on the bike, and it sucked. That first
Mhm.
day sucked. And then I got on for 20 minutes the first day, got on yesterday for 30 minutes. Once I got to the 20 minutes, it got real terrible. Like, we
Huh.
done the 20, but heifer, now you want to pitch it 30? You know what I'm saying? Like, you playing games, Jackie. You know? My body talks real loud to me. And
Ah,
so, so
it's
and
so
that's
good.
another thing. Imagine as if your body is talking to you. Like, if
Yeah.
your knee starts hurting, that's your knee yelling at you.
Yeah.
Hello, there's something we need to be doing, girl. What
Yeah.
is it? Listen to her like, hi, knee, or me
Ah.
tella, hey,
Oh my
girl,
god.
how we feeling? You okay? Because
Yeah.
remember, every cell in your body is listening.
Yes, absolutely.
You okay, Nutella? What you need me to do for you,
Mhm.
girl? And let
Uh-huh.
your knee tell you. You'll know,
Yeah.
you'll feel it. You'll say, and I know I sound very woo woo and just silly as I want to be,
I
but I'm
love it.
serious. I'm serious. But on that bike, I didn't want to get me on there, and I told my legs, "Come on, girl. If we get off here, I'm gonna let you rest, and I'm gonna stretch you. I promise." You
Yeah.
know, got
Yeah.
got off the bike, and I had did the 30 minutes before it was over. By
Yeah.
next week, I plan to work up to 45. My man's turning 50, so I'm trying to be sexy in my dress.
Love it.
So I'm trying to
Yeah. It's just like
priorities.
doing it, like the continuing to show back up. It's so similar to doing the workout. I love how you like put that analogy because yeah, it's like you can, I think most of us talk about that often, right? So it's easier to see it in that kind of an analogy, but it's just showing back up. It gets easier and easier.
It's easier and easier. Before you know it, you're so good at meditating. It doesn't take
Yeah.
you as long to get your mind to relax.
Mhm.
Before you
Mhm.
know it, you're so good at time blocking, and you're actually
Yeah.
taking these breaks for yourself that your brain and your body begin to thank you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's about a mastering. Everything can be mastered. Everything. But it's up to us to master it. And in order to master it, it's consistency. You know,
Yes.
think about all the people who show up live on social media and they are killing it. I'm like, wow, she is killing it.
Yeah.
Especially when I pop on, don't be on TikTok and these people got 200-300 people present.
Yeah.
Child,
Yeah.
But they
Totally.
didn't have 2 or 300 people when they first showed up.
So true. Yep.
These men started out with
Mhm.
5 folks,
Mhm. You
but
keep
they
showing up. Keep doing the work. Yep.
and then we call, maybe we shouldn't call it work. Well, I like to call it fun work. I tell people, or soul
Ooh.
work. We're gonna do some soul work. We're gonna do some fun work. Because the more that we think of it as work, we don't want to do it, but
Yeah.
non-negotiables.
Yes, exactly.
They're the
Yeah.
non-negotiables.
Yeah. If we want that better life, like you were saying, we want that better life. I mean, we got to do something. We got to change it. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? Like we got to show up. Yeah.
Period. But it's not just showing up for somebody else, it's showing up for you.
Yes.
It's showing up
Yes.
for you. And I don't mean to say it like, girl, why you not doing it? It's not like that. Because, girl, it took me a while too, hunty, okay? Showing up for me was a thing. Like, and even to this day, I'm still learning to show up for me, you know?
Yeah.
My latest thing is delegation. I'm starting to get good at
Ooh.
delegating. You know how many times I want to just jump in and do it? You heard how
Right.
I said I got grown big boys. I got big boys around me. But I have a 9-year-old daughter. And so like today I had to be like, okay, I'm on a podcast today. I totally
Yeah.
forgot the kids were getting out at half a day. Girl, why didn't we doing that on the last day?
Oh yeah, yeah. The holidays.
Girl, that messed up my whole little. I said, oh my God, I got a podcast at 12 and she get out at 12:30. So I had to delegate. Which
Yeah.
normally I would have tried to work it out. We would have been trying to take this thing on the road, which is
Yep.
no.
Yep.
So it is about loving on yourself and finding new ways to love on yourself daily.
Mm,
And the ultimate form of loving on you, I like to think, has everything to do with gratitude and meditation.
so
And I dare you to put them together. Sit there and meditate and just say, thank you. Thank
gosh.
you.
I'm gonna do that right after this call.
Yes. Oh,
Really?
Audrey, let me know how it makes you feel, girl. Because it does. It makes me feel so just thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I've even done it so good. This is how I know I'm getting good. When I get to crying and I'm just sitting here, I got
Ooh.
tears rolling down my face. Just thank you. And I'm just thinking of all the things, like if you're gonna let your mind run while you're meditate,
Mhm.
think about all the things you're grateful for.
Yes.
Gratitude as an emotion is the highest form of receiving.
This is so good.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to before we head towards wrapping up, I want to touch on like NLP, EFT, like I know we can't go through all of them, but I mean, can you give me like a little rundown of, what it's like or what you do with your clients, that kind of thing?
Absolutely. So NLP is neuro linguistic programming. It is the way that you are reprogramming your mind to think different. So under NLP, you have reframing. Under NLP, we have things like anchoring, right? So, like if I were to give you an emotion and we start thinking about the emotion and we hold, because again, what do we say? Those
Uh,
energies are running through your body. So, if I hold this point right here and I have the emotion and I hold the thought of the emotion and I feel the feeling of the emotion as I'm holding this spot, every time after that, I can come back, touch this spot, and go right back to that same feeling. It's just like this whole muscle memory thing. Because we do a lot of things with the gustatory, your nose.
wow.
There's the olfactory, what you hear, what you see, everything
Yeah.
matters. All that information comes in,
Yeah.
right? What you touch. That's why sometimes when you smell something, it takes you back to a memory,
Mm,
right? And so it's just kind of connecting the senses to the body under the NLP premise. Your brain is the supercomputer, your body is the robot. So your brain is telling your body what to do at every
so
moment, but based upon what you're training your brain to think, right?
yes.
So with EFT is under all of this as well because it's the emotional freedom technique. We have meridian points, right? These are our points. It takes you all the way back to acupuncture.
Yeah.
Acupuncture, right? Instead of having a whole bunch of needles sticking out of you, you can just tap on the points. It does the same little energy movement, right? And you basically tap on the point. We start with the karate chop and we set our intentions. And each point means something, right? Each point, I actually have a video on that too
Oh,
on
I
my
love
on
it.
my page. But each point means something. So when I tap above the eye, I'm talking about something specific and it's attached to a certain
Yeah.
energy, right? Because think about like chakras too, right? All of this is
Mhm.
hand in hand. Side of the eye means something. The crown of the head means like just the
Mhm.
overall mind, body, and soul connection, right? It's beautiful. I love EFT. We start with the negative statements, what you've been feeling. You give yourself permission to feel them. Again, that's like my shine the light on it.
Yes.
You, what you doing in here? And then after you do that, you're able to clear, like you're clearing it. You're clearing it. Now the energy is moving in your body, right? Then you come back and you say the positive thought. And now you're leaving the body with that energy of the positive statement. By the time I'm done tapping, I'm like yelling. I'm like, I'm like,
So good. Oh my gosh, I love it.
so that's EFT.
So
And,
good.
hypnosis, I'm going to tell you one of the most powerful things. The way I do hypnosis is I record the session for you. So we start off, you tell me what you want to feel. You tell me some of the things holding you back, and you tell me what you desire. I write a
Nice.
script and I read it with a binaural beat.
Nice.
And with this script, you're able to, and I tell you, this is real. This is the consistency coming up.
Yeah.
30 days, listen to this at night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had a client do this, and one of her things was she wanted to get on TV. And before I know it, I think it was like less than 30 days later, I was like, oh my God. Like she was just featured on the news. And she said they called her and she only had
Oh my
15
gosh.
minutes to get it together.
Wow. I'm gonna need you to send me all these videos. Like that is so
Right?
cool. Like we need to sign up for this. Yes.
Right?
So
Because
cool.
hypnosis it's a game changer. It is just
Yeah.
a changing of the way you're thinking. So your body shows up different.
Mm-hmm.
We're being hypnotized in commercials. We're being hypnotized on social media
Yep.
daily.
Yep. Yep. So why not bring the input that are all these good, beautiful, things for growth, for manifestation, for healing. Yep. Instead. Yeah.
And put them. Be intentional.
Yeah.
You get to choose. I think so many of us feel like victims to our lives.
Mm-hmm.
When the reality
Really.
is your inner world is creating your outer world. So the
Mm-hmm.
more that we change what's the inner world, everything
Yes.
around us begins to change.
This, like, I'm obsessed. I love this. I love this conversation so much. Tell us what you have coming up. Like, where can we find you? Where can we connect? How do we get in your world?
Yeah, well, definitely come find me on Instagram at the pursuit to happy, at the pursuit to happy. Oh no, no. Reason I say that is because some people will put the letter two, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
happy,
kept
right?
thinking happiness for some reason. I'll make sure.
Oh
Yeah.
no, well, because my YouTube used to be happiness, but I
Okay.
made sure everything is the same at the pursuit to happy. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, all those places.
Perfect.
What do I have coming up? The funny part about it is a lot. And I'm
Yeah.
so amped up about it because last year, this time, I manifested my first international speaking gig in Paris.
Nice.
So last year, this time, I was gearing up for Paris. And now that I look back on it, I think I spoke every quarter last year, and my speaking gigs are just increasing. And so now people are actually bringing me into their groups. So
Fun.
I will be at this event with the Calm Mom Retreats.
Yay.
They are going to be doing a look. I'm like, don't get me lying. Let me make sure I say this right. Hey, you know how you don't want to mess other people's stuff up.
Of
They're
course.
doing a Manifest and Flow Day Retreat, January 18th in
Yay.
Sacramento, California. I am their manifestation guru coming
Woo!
in. Yes,
This is gonna be epic. I
it's
love
gonna be
you. I love them. Like, oh my gosh. Can I make it to this?
amazing.
I'll
Like
have to find out.
I'm just backflipping, girl, just
Yeah.
juice. So I'm excited about that. That's in Sacramento. The following month in February, I'm going to be hosting a Fall in Love with Your Future workshop.
Nice.
That's going to be amazing. It's going to be I think a $25 workshop,
Yeah.
but the reason for it is I'm really going to be laying out we're going to be meditating on there.
Yeah.
We're going to be meditating in the workshop, but we're really going to be explaining why falling in love with your future brings about the reality that you want to see.
Yeah.
I even wrote this down. Oh my God, Audrey, let me read this to you. It says, never look to the past for better times. Look to the now and the future. It contains the best that life has to offer.
So good. So good.
It's
Yes.
just getting better and better and better. When you release the past, your now and your future are always going to be better.
Yes.
You
Absolutely.
know? So fall in love with your future.
So
We're going to be
fun.
doing a workshop around that so you can fall in love with the now, so you can fall in love with the future, so you attract only the bigger, the better, and the
Yeah.
badder. You know what I mean? Rather than the worst, the ugly, and the terrible.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love it.
And then one last thing,
Yeah.
I'm having a retreat. We actually have a retreat, a yoga manifestation retreat in Arizona. I almost forgot about it, but I
How
didn't.
cool.
I get so excited about everything else. I'm like, oh my God, wait, don't forget my retreat. But we will be in the sunny Arizona, California, and we're combining yoga and manifestation because, like I said, that energy gets blocked in your body.
Yeah.
Come do yoga and manifest and really calling in from an abundance place. A lot of us are manifesting from lack because we're in lack. We're surrounded by lack. So
Yep.
get out of the lack, come to the abundance. Let us love on you. We got a personal chef coming in.
Oh,
We have some of
wow.
the most amazing yoga activities that you could think of. Like she's doing yoga nidra, regular yoga, like your body
Mhm.
movement yoga, and we're also going to be doing this sound bowls where they have this new thing where
Yeah.
you lay on the floaties and we do the
Oh,
sound bowl while you're in the
nice.
water.
So good.
That's going to be a clearing
Yeah.
exercise that we do there at the retreat. So, yoga retreat in March, sunny Arizona. Would love to see you there. Other than
So
that, we got
fun.
workshops. We got all sorts of stuff. You're going to be able to find me all over the place, y'all.
I
Become
love
manifest the
it.
life and business of your dreams.
Yes. Oh, I love it so much. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. It was just such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me. And I just want to leave you guys with one last thing. You are a gift to this world. The more that you treat yourself like the gift that you are, the better that this world will be. Not just for you, but for all of us included.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Audrey.